What's up, everybody? This is the Experts Podcast. Today we have on Ruben, one of our friends, and here's the podcast. That's it. That's the intro. That's the intro.
What's up, Ruben?
What are we talking about today?
Hello.
Nice.
What a nice fake
That's
voice
an NPR,
immediately.
That's an NPR voice for sure.
That's my real voice. So
Yes,
guys,
hello. My name is Ruben. Okay, still working on impressions. Still not good at those.
Yeah, we did lots of Biden and Trump impressions last week that weren't very good either.
They weren't very good.
Yeah.
Was that last week?
It was last week.
I'm not agreeing. I'm just saying, yeah, because I don't know what to say. I liked last week's episode.
Yeah, you liked the wicked tea jokes.
I liked how it ended. How
This
it was like
podcast is about talking about our last podcast.
That's
what this podcast is about.
Well, basically, we'll just
It's
relive
meta.
the whole podcast, even though it's a new podcast.
Yeah, guys, remember when I said Wicked Tea and I meant Twisted Tea? Our sponsor today is Wicked Tea. Again, second podcast
Ben's drinking in this cup right now. You made it in the toilet last night.
I actually had some lemonade Trulies the other day playing golf with Antonio. I think that was pretty good.
If we could have a sponsor, that would be the sponsor. Is
Not
Truly
I mean,
Lemonade.
Mike's Heart. Did I say Mike's Heart? Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Well, you can run it back.
It's not even
Maybe
close.
you heard me
No,
wrong.
I didn't hear you wrong.
Yeah, I had some fruity.
It's a pretty big mix up there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So you went golfing with Antonio. Okay, so Jacob and Sean go golfing with Chris, and you go golfing with Antonio.
Well, I was gonna go with them, but I couldn't go on that Saturday, but I could go on that Sunday, but they couldn't go on Sunday.
So
I
just
think I
figure it
could go
out.
Sunday.
I don't.
You didn't ask me.
Yeah. Why didn't you ask me?
I ask you every time I go play golf.
You didn't say Sunday.
Yeah, I did.
What? You said I'll let you know, and then you just never.
I said I would let you know about Saturday.
Yeah, and you didn't. You didn't
I
say
said I
about
couldn't come
Sunday.
Saturday
Yeah, but you didn't say you could go Sunday.
because this was MLK weekend, right?
I'm not. Yeah, it was last weekend.
I don't even think I played Sunday.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
It
Maybe now we make a vlog, and we vlog us
Not
talking
playing golf
about
with our
when we're
friends?
gonna not play golf with our friends.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible.
Did you guys watch the fight last
You
night?
just.
I didn't watch the fight.
Oh,
But
that's what I forgot.
I heard about
No,
the fight.
don't tell me about it. If you tell me about it, I'll get upset.
There's already memes.
There's already. Okay.
Have you seen what I'm talking about?
I didn't see the memes.
I'm not gonna be on Reddit.
Can I tell you what happened?
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
I would
So
like to watch
McGregor
the fight.
lost.
No, I'm gonna lose.
He got-
but I didn't want
He got
know.
TKO'd and he got his leg broke.
Yeah.
Hold
yeah.
on. Can I find?
I saw the highlights.
He
Hold on.
he was walking like out of the arena last night and he looked at, how do you say the other guy's name?
Poirier.
Poirier. But he was like, you broke my effing leg, but good job or whatever.
Dang. Hold on, I'm gonna watch
But yeah,
that
it was
real
just second round TKO, I think. So that's already the meme.
Oh,
So
no.
verbal meme. It's Conor McGregor
That
laying
looks bad.
bloodied, curled half up in a ball, and I've already seen so many memes of Conor McGregor laying like that with Bernie Sanders like cuddled up against him, like they're laying there together.
That's
Memes
not
So-
good.
Yeah, it's
This is
That's
a
not
recap.
good.
The
I
recap
haven't
is just
seen
this,
I
just
haven't
this
seen
image.
any highlights yet, so I don't know. Like, there haven't been any. It hasn't been anything posted on like Twitter or Instagram. It just shows that picture and says it was a second round knockout.
Dang, dude.
Did you see it?
No.
He looked so good against Cerrone,
Pretty sure they're on YouTube though.
and then so you.
Well, that's what Ben just tried to find right there, and it didn't show anything.
He got smacked in third round. Was he at least looking?
McGregor?
I think it was the second round.
Did he look? No, second round. I don't know. I didn't see the results on here. Did he?
Yeah, in 2 rounds. It's right there, front page.
Okay, well, I'm looking for.
I'm glad your eyes work.
There's usually
with
a
your
Sports
glasses
Center
on your
thing.
face that are
There's
supposed
usually
to
like
make.
a Sports Center thing and a drop down menu, and it shows all the fights and it says who won and what time.
Well,
they
and
won
I
it.
think that's why they haven't posted any highlights yet. Is because it was on ESPN Plus. So I'm thinking that maybe it's like a licensing thing where they have to wait a certain number of hours before like it can be public
No,
use
there's
or anything
there's
like that. Or
definitely-
maybe it'll never be public use because it was like pay-per-view on
Because
ESPN.
your boy Conor McGregor got smacked. You know the new UFC game, like, I think it's UFC 4, features old and new Conor as the mascot for the game, and he just got smacked.
So
it's
is
not
there
a
an
good
old
mascot.
and new Conor in the game?
Yeah.
So old Conor, I'm assuming, is better, correct?
Old Conor is
Like a 99 overall.
Old Conor
Oh,
is pretty
sorry.
Mayweather.
Old Connor, I was thinking it's now Connor because he's older. That's why I got confused in my brain. I got confused in my brain.
He's saying Ben saying that old Conor was like as he's older, not old Conor as in like the old version of Conor McGregor.
Conor was when he's younger. So young Conor and old Conor's bad and young Conor's good.
Is that really a thing?
It's in the game. I keep seeing commercials for it, so maybe it's not in the game. It is in the game, but I don't know if that's the.
Is it like exclusive PS5, Xbox?
Listen, I don't know. I just saw the
new X. What's the? Is it Xbox Series X? What's it called?
I don't even know.
What's the new one called?
Like this just Russian guy.
What's the new Xbox called?
Xbox.
What it's called? Xbox what?
It's called the Xbox 10,000.
No, it's not.
It's called the Xbox.
I'll be the stats guy.
1,000,000.
we need a designated stats guy. We need
Series X, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was right. You said Xbox Series 10,000.
I'm the stats guy, and it's whatever I say it is. That's what the stats are.
Hey, isn't Habib coming out of retirement?
Who?
Did you see what he said last
Habib?
night? You want me to read his tweet?
I heard what he said before the fight.
No. He said this after. It's KHA.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit him with calf kicks. Of course.
Yeah.
So McGregor just hasn't been.
McGregor hasn't
He's not in the
trained
meta.
like he used to because
Yeah.
he's rich now. So
He's rich. He doesn't understand the UFC meta anymore, and the meta is calf kicks.
So he said, "This is what happens when you
I
change
know
your
those
team,
kicks.
leave the sparring partners who made you a champion, and sparring with little kids far away from reality."
Uh-oh.
That was what Khabib said on Twitter last night. And then Conor said, "If he wants to have disrespectful comments, come back and let's go again, my man. That's fighting talk. If you're coming back, come back. You try and do it."
Poirier's not even the champion, so he can't even beat the champion, who is the champion? It's Khabib, yeah.
he retires for that anymore.
Who he gets to hold the belt for
I
a
don't know, I
year,
think they-
doesn't he?
Because
They have it's a vacated belt.
I don't know, but
I don't
heard
know a
him
lot
say-
about the UFC, so I don't know how any of that works.
Habib said, depending on how this fight goes, he might come back if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
worthy of his time, basically.
So why did he retire in the first place?
Because
He
his
can't lose.
dad died from COVID, and his dad was his trainer, and so
Ah.
his mom made him promise, so he decided not to fight anymore. Which is pretty sad.
So then if he fights again, he breaks the promise to his mom, basically?
Yeah, basically. But I mean, that's a pretty crappy promise to make, right?
Yeah, like if your dad was the one that was training you, you would think that your mom would be like, your dad would want you to keep fighting.
Yeah. And he's in his prime. I mean, he mauls
Because he's what,
everybody.
he was
Everybody.
26 and 0?
Can't lose.
Yeah, he's in the 20s. I just heard Joe Rogan talk about this.
Let's see.
But I didn't realize how many fans that they
Yeah.
let to Fight Island.
Fight Island is you get screened beforehand.
Well, no. Like, there's a guy that works at Barstool that's like, he interviewed Conor like before the fight, and like he's super good friends with Dana White, and so like he was gonna get in whether they allowed 10 people or whether they allowed like 15,000 people. Like, I didn't get a number of how many people were there, but like just the like some of the clips that I saw, there were probably a good couple thousand people there, and I'm sure that those tickets weren't because you probably had to buy a ticket to the event, but then you also had to pay for all of the pre-COVID screenings and stuff, and then you had to get a flight, and then you had to get a hotel, and then you have to get the flight back, and then I'm sure you have to do some sort of quarantine type thing after you get back.
Yeah, it's rich people. That's how it always is. You know, the people in the front ring with boxing are always rich people. It's never you or me.
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's necessarily always rich people. It's people of status,
Did y'all see that?
whether it's monetary status or like celebrity
I wonder how much
status.
money those people normally have. Is it a little bit? Do you think they're poor celebrity status people?
They could be.
You think they could be? Give me one poor celebrity status person. Name me one, please.
The referee.
The referee. He's
He's probably the poorest guy there,
What's
and he probably gets paid hundreds of thousands of
Those guys are
dollars.
cool. They had that. Who's the one guy? I don't know what his name is.
Who's the one guy?
There's one guy.
Yo.
He's awesome. Joe Rogan's not a referee.
No, Mayweather. I said, yo, Mayweather put on like this promotion, and it's COVID, and you see nobody in like the chairs right there, but he's all on the side of the ring because he fucking put the thing on, so he can do whatever he wants. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather can do
He's just
whatever he wants, except for reading.
Those are Javante.
He can do whatever he wants, except for that.
Do you guys think he's the best boxer of all time? Maybe not necessarily like
Hold on,
most skilled boxer, but like if it came down to like your life was on the line and you needed someone to win, whether it was by decision, whether it was by knockout, you needed someone to win a boxing match.
I'm picking Mike Tyson every time. Every time.
In what weight class? You know what I mean?
Any weight class, I'm picking Mike Tyson. If
Definitely
you,
gotta go heavyweight.
if you make Mike Tyson 130 pounds, I'm still picking him.
I would say like skill wise, I'd say Canelo Alvarez, but yeah, he's Mexican. I'm Mexican. yeah, Mayweather beat him, but Mayweather beat him when he was like 21 years old. He didn't wait till he was older. Now he's in his prime. He's like 29 years old. Everybody who beats you.
Yeah, but Mayweather's what 43,
58 years old.
But I think prime Canelo can be.
It's like if Tom Brady tried to race Lamar Jackson. I think we all know how that one ends.
It's like if
Tom Brady wins.
Was in the Super Bowl against.
Jackie Robinson's dead. That's not a good argument.
We're talking about people in their prime.
These people are alive still.
And they play football, not baseball.
So we're saying people like today.
It's not even the right sport.
Yeah, but we're talking about.
Jackie Robinson still in second base. It's like if Tom Brady.
It's like if zombie Jackie Robinson
who's
fought.
Confused why he has a pitcher's glove on.
Who's the best fighter today? Canelo Alvarez.
Fighter?
Because he's in his prime today.
Boxer or fighter?
Boxer.
Okay.
Which is fighting, right? But UFC fighting, I don't even know.
If you put him in a ring with somebody,
I say
does
John
he win?
Jones all day.
John Jones?
Especially if he does
better than Khabib?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, John Jones would just kill Khabib. He's so much bigger.
See, that's what I don't get why.
I meant pound
like,
for pound.
Yeah.
So what's you guys' stance on athletes
yeah.
using street drugs before a game? Should that I get that cocaine's illegal and that's probably why he gets banned for illegal substances or whatever, but it's not a performance enhancing. It may give you some more focus and some more energy, but so will smelling salts, and smelling salts aren't illegal. But Josh Gordon, he just got suspended indefinitely from the NFL again because he can't stop smoking weed. When he played for the Browns, he had a season where he had 1,700 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns, 80 or 90 catches. He was one of the best wide receivers in the league. He was highest balls every single game.
You're not convincing anyone, Chris. I agree Josh Gordon should be in the NFL.
And I agree he should be allowed to be high before every game if he plays way better high and he's on my fantasy team.
I doubt those kind of drugs really help.
There's
steroids,
but there's no way that marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say the only thing that it may help with is if you're a player and you have nervous anxiety and it may calm you down. But I would think that if you're the NFL, you're that's putting a better product because the NFL is going to sell no matter who's on the field. But the NFL sells. Yeah,
XFL proves you wrong.
That's not the. I said the NFL. I didn't say football. I didn't say football sells. I said the. That's the thing. When people were taking a knee, all these people, or when Colin Kaepernick started taking a knee, and all these people stopped watching football, what are they doing right now? What are they going to be doing today? They're going to watch the NFC Championship. They're going to watch the AFC Championship, and in 2 weeks they're going to watch the Super Bowl.
But what if
they were pretend mad for 2 years until the NFL got rid of Colin Kaepernick because they wanted people to watch, and they don't care about whatever. We can get into that a different time. But it's the NFL is always going to make billions of dollars.
You're confusing two things. One, the NFL is a monopoly.
Yeah.
It's a monopoly.
Oh, of course it is.
So if I want to watch football, and I gotta
US.
watch football, I gotta watch the NFL, right?
No, you don't. You can watch college football.
So they gotta make money.
You can watch college football. You can watch high school football. You can watch Pee Wee football.
No one's watching high school football.
Huh?
No one's gonna go out and watch high school football on Sunday night.
Well, on Sunday night,
Friday,
no.
On Sunday night, they want to watch football, so they gotta watch the NFL. So that's how they always make money.
Or they can play Madden.
It's like if you want your internet provider, it's Spectrum is the best because it's the only one I can buy. That's what you're saying.
See, but that's not.
They'll always make money because I can only buy.
But you don't
Spectrum.
have to watch football.
There's a Canadian league, right?
Yeah.
You say that, but some people have to watch football.
No, they don't have to. They
Some
just
people
very
have
much would
to
like
watch
to.
Football.
No, you have to eat food, drink water,
a six-pack, and I gotta
a
have
six-pack.
A six-pack of beer, right? Because these people.
No
are
one that
lightweights.
has to watch football is only drinking a six-pack
They're
of beer.
Only drinking a
if they
six-pack
have
of
to
beer.
watch football, they're drinking a 24-pack of beer.
They're only watching one game.
And it's Busch Light every time.
Yeah, I was at Brulis the other day, and this guy comes up to the bar. He got Busch Light. He's like, I got Busch Light on tap. He's like, oh, I love it here. I'm just tired, bro. What the heck, man?
But no, I think that the NFL is gonna make money no matter what. If you think about the last,
it's a monopoly, of course it is.
But that's what I'm saying is if you allow a better product, that's why I think people are. That's why I didn't watch the national championship game for college football this year because it's predictable. The NFL, when Tom Brady was on the Patriots, the NFL was predictable. And I think that that's why now that the NFL is becoming more and more popular is because there's more and more big names in the sport. That's why the NBA has been so popular. It's always been, like, the past 15 years, it's been LeBron James. But there's always been
LeBron James. It's pretty predictable.
How many titles has LeBron James won?
Doesn't matter if he won.
Hang on.
I can tell if I go, what team was LeBron James on? That team's going to win a lot of games. That's pretty predictable.
Well, you can say that about any superstar in the league. Like, what team is Kevin Durant on? They're going to win a lot of games. What team is Steph Curry on? They're going to win a lot of games. What team is Kawhi Leonard on? But there's so many different guys.
There's so many different guys that are predictable.
But if there's 15 guys that all make their team instantly better the second they walk in the locker room, that's not predictable. That's balance.
Okay.
And that's the problem that the NBA had 5 years ago is that the Warriors were a super team. The Cavs were a super team. And everyone else was trying to become a super team to catch one of these two teams.
So how is Tom Brady then predictable if there's also Drew Brees?
Okay, but I'm saying
Mahomes,
if five...
what are you talking about?
But, okay, Patrick Mahomes came along in the past couple years.
Uh-huh.
Drew Brees has won 1 Super Bowl.
Okay.
Tom Brady has won 6.
Okay.
Tom Brady has won more NFC playoff games than Drew Brees has in the past 5 years. And Tom Brady's
would still
Tom
say
Brady
Drew Brees is better.
No.
People will still
There's
say that.
no one that you can ask that is a competent human being that will say that Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Okay, ESPN's got several bones to pick with you. The news network. So I'm sure a lot of people there will also...
No, there's no way you can watch football and say that Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Instant replay as ESPN dog piles all over Chris. Taking a dump on his face.
But you're missing my point is that, like, if
you've missed the point.
What the whole point of this conversation was this can Josh Gordon smoke weed and play football?
I think every athlete should take steroids. I want to know what the best of the best human beings can be.
Okay, I don't know if steroids is the answer because they're going to ruin their body, but marijuana isn't going to ruin their body.
That's not true. How do you know that? Are you a doctor?
No, but there's doctors that say that.
There are doctors that say that?
I mean, it's not like...
Which marijuana? Which marijuana? Is it synthetic marijuana? Oh. Is it the new marijuana they're making now that's 1 billion times extra THC than normal? Right? You know they had old marijuana. That stuff is whatever.
That's called red.
Right, and then they have those, what is it called? HGMs? HGOs? It's like the modified plant stuff. Well, they make
GMO?
it better. GMOs.
Genetically modified organism.
You
said you was talking about HGH because you want people to be human growth hormone.
I want to take steroids.
They say that they use the female plant, right? And that all those crystallization things on them are actually the plant oozing for a male plant to...
Yeah, you're saying a female plant's getting horny?
So that's
is that what you're saying?
That's the stuff that increases the THC level.
Plants are disgusting.
So the hornier the plant, the better the weed?
So if you ever see somebody...
You watching plant porn? That's disgusting.
It looks all crystally. You know what that is.
You know, this
is science.
It's the marijuana plant getting wet. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes.
It's
wet, and that's why you're getting it. You know how I know?
Yeah. Netflix.
So
thank you, Netflix.
It had to be true.
Dude, Netflix has been putting out some banger documentaries the last 3 years.
Yeah, you getting documentaries now?
You watched the one about the Russians?
No.
Did you watch the one about the Armenians?
No. The Almanians?
How the Russians cheated in the Olympics?
No, I have. That was the 30 for 30, though. Didn't ESPN do that?
No, that's another one. It's called something. It's this.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who've talked about it, Chris. It's not really a one-person-takes-all story. They didn't copyright the story.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably what.
So, there's a new Tiger Woods documentary that's just come out. And so, what's
it about?
I haven't watched it. It's about Tiger Woods.
But what about Tiger Woods? There's a lot of phases of Tiger Woods.
And that's my point. It's about his entire life. The Jordan documentary.
That's a really big documentary.
But it's not, though. That's the problem. The Jordan documentary was 10 hours long. But it was 6 episodes. It was
6 episodes? That's a long episode.
It's like an hour. I think it was 2 hours. Maybe it's 12 hours. I don't know.
Too much
I think it was 5 2-hour episodes. But not for Michael Jordan fans or people that didn't know that much about Michael Jordan. But anyways, let me get to my point. So but what you're saying is that the Tiger Woods documentary should be a super long, there's lots of phases to his life, from when he's a kid to when he's a teenager to when he's king of the world, then he's the scum of the world, then he hurts his back, and then he comes back and he wins the Tour Championship, and then he wins the Masters, and now everyone loves Tiger Woods again. And Tiger Woods has become this fun-loving. So they tried to cram all of that into 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
You just did it in like 10 seconds.
It was like 10 seconds. I don't even watch the documentary anymore. What was he scum of the earth about? He banged some hookers?
He didn't just bang some hookers.
Woohoo! That's my boy Tiger Woods. I want a documentary about just that.
They're probably...
Just bangs.
He did a lot of drugs.
Uh-huh.
But they were prescription drugs.
Very stoic.
He
did a lot of drugs.
Meth.
I don't think meth is a prescription drug.
They put methamphetamine
Why not?
in regular pills.
Yeah, they do. It's not meth,
That's why
as you know
like,
it.
The codons team. I'm gonna stop talking about this stuff on your podcast, but
No, it's fine.
Why?
Ruben talks drugs.
well, I don't know. I just watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, you watch a lot of YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also inject a lot of YouTube as well. Smoke it too.
I watch a lot of YouTube too, but it's none of it is educational.
I watched a 3-hour YouTube video about every Kamehameha in Dragon Ball.
Oh, what was the name of the thing we watched on? What was the thing we?
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's all of them. I
What
saw
was-
every single one of them.
What was the name of the thing we watched on YouTube Friday?
Oh, it was called like
It was like a short like movie.
it was called
thing?
Oh, what is it called?
Overlord?
SCP Overlord.
It was something like SP Overlord.
SCP.
Whatever. But it was like this super like I don't know like who
Secure, Contain, Protect. It's an organization, a fake organization
SCP.
that investigates supernatural anomalies. And this was.
But it was super cool. I hate that it was only one episode, so they should make more.
We
but
never got something.
Did we ever? We never
never
watched
saw
the
the other
second
one.
part.
When was that even made? I have no idea. There it is. Top 3 results on YouTube. It was made
'cause it hurt us
made
talking
2 months
about it.
ago. So
Oh, so they're probably gonna make another
give
one.
them 8 months and maybe they'll make another one. It's like, wait, how fast do you think movies come out?
Well, I thought it was like from years ago. You were making it seem like this has been on YouTube for like years, and you're like, I just keep meaning to watch it, and I just don't.
I saw it the other day and I wanted to watch it that night and I didn't.
It starts with a triangle and an eye in it.
It's really
The Overlord,
creepy.
dude. I'm telling you, it's sketchy.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
A triangle
Don't watch it
and
right
eye in
now,
Not
though.
right now.
Here, we'll watch it.
We'll
This will
watch
be
it
the
right
rest
now.
of the podcast. Is
It's
us
us-
watching SCP Overlord, but you can't see it because this is just recording audio.
And if I
That's
do,
Chris' audio
I'll
reaction.
we could do that. We could have a reaction video of us watching SCP Overlord.
But we've already watched it, so our reaction is going to be tainted.
Our reaction is watching Ruben's reaction.
We should watch the Tiger Woods documentary now.
I don't want to watch the
It's
Texas
on HBO.
documentary.
I saw what you're talking about.
I don't watch any documentaries.
But it's like based off like a book that's like 400 pages long. But it's like, how did you get a 400-page book into 3 hours?
I don't know. How'd they turn the entire Harry Potter series into 8 movies? There's only 7 books.
By turning it
Dude.
into
Part
math.
1 and Part 2.
Do the math on that one.
I just did Part 1 and Part 2.
How many pages is that book? It's probably less than 400.
I don't know.
Oh, Icarus. That's the name of the one I'm talking about.
Oh, the one of your what?
The Russian documentary cheating in the Olympics last.
Icarus. That's like the guy who tried
See, but
to fly into the sun.
they were just doping, right?
Yes.
Blood doping's pretty cool.
Wasn't that what they were doing?
Like
Yeah.
steroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but weren't they blood doping?
I don't know, man. I just kind of heard a 3-hour-long podcast about it, but I kind of forgot. So.
Lucky for everyone listening.
Have you guys watched this thing? You should really watch it. It's about the Russians cheating. What did they do? I don't know.
They cheat, God damn it.
It's probably a bad podcast too.
That's what it is. It's 3 hours of them watching the documentary, not saying anything, with the sound on the TV off.
You know, I think I saw a documentary like that too. I think it was something
Yeah,
called like
thoughts.
Rocky 4 or something. This guy just beats the crap. He kills a dude in the ring. Just beats him up.
See, bro?
That makes sense.
They've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Yeah, thank you, Sylvester Stallone. He knew beforehand.
Dude, it's sad that like all these people that like we grew up like watching and like, you know, like sports stars and movie stars and all this kind of stuff, they're getting old.
How bad do you think they feel? It's like I used to be the best, and now I'm washed
See,
up.
but I feel like they
My
have
body
to
feels like
know that
garbage.
like their time has come. You know what I mean?
Does
Like
it?
they can't be like Sylvester Stallone isn't 25 anymore. He's not 30 years old anymore. He's what, 60?
He's got to be older, bro.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the last Terminator movie, so I don't think he cares at all.
No, dude, that guy's gonna be in movies until they literally put him in the ground. Like he'll do like Stan Lee cameos, like in like Terminator 19.
What you just said hurts my brain. I don't need another Terminator. No one needs another Terminator.
They'll make more.
I hope the Terminator comes back.
Sylvester Stallone is 74.
But this is wiki. No, it's not. It's SylvesterStallone.com.
That's what he says. He just reduces his age 5 years. Can't trust that at all.
Did you guys see Larry King died?
No way. No, I didn't.
I read something.
You watched it happen? That's messed up.
Just think about this for a second.
Okay.
So like, how many interviews do you think Larry King did in his life?
How many interviews have you ever seen Larry King give, Chris?
No. I know the answer.
He knows the answer, but he's never seen one-on-one.
I will tell you. Right
I've watched like bits. Like I'm not a talk show. Like that's never been like my forte. Like,
we're like 23 years old.
but there's people that it is their forte, but it's just not mine. Like I'm not into like, because like of course he's probably interviewed people that we're all like fans of, but it's just like I'm not that I don't care what they have to say, but it's just like I never watched it.
Exactly.
And maybe I will go back. Maybe Larry King's passing will be the reason that I go back and watch and see, maybe Larry King interviewed LeBron James or something. Maybe I want to listen to that.
Do you?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I can just go on LeBron James' Twitter and he can interview himself.
But how many interviews do you think Larry King did in his life?
He probably did like one a day
10,000
for 20 years. What's
100,000.
20 times 365 plus, how many leap years is that? 5? 7,305.
10,000.
Did I get it right?
50,000 interviews.
That's so close.
That's ridiculous. How many years did he work? It wasn't 20 years?
I don't know.
How do I even get that?
Yeah, how did you get... Dude, he worked
50?
for...
That's not...
He probably did more than that.
70 years? 70 years isn't even... So he did more than one interview a day.
Probably.
For 70 years.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look up Larry... How many interviews did Larry King do?
Larry King interviews with Jerry Seinfeld. Here are Larry King's 10 most... He kisses this dude. You see this guy? Larry King kissed the guy on live television. I don't know.
What year was that?
How many interviews has Larry King done? 30,000.
Where did I see 50,000?
I don't know. You probably made it up.
Damn,
Just like our stats guy.
I didn't make
Me.
anything up. Oh.
I'm the stats guy.
I'm the stats guy.
I've
been looking everything up on my phone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, this right here, BBC, U.S. TV legend who hosted 50,000 interviews.
He hosted or gave? It was produced by Larry King. Does that mean he gave it?
I would think that still counts.
Dang, so he really died, huh?
He really died. Just
Well,
like
he was 87.
everyone else.
Hank Aaron died too. Did you see that?
No.
Chris cared more about Larry King than Larry David, who he's never seen an interview of. But he played baseball for 10
You
years.
say Larry David?
Yeah, I did see
Larry
that.
David.
I said Hank Aaron.
I said Larry David.
Huh?
Who the fuck is he?
Larry David isn't dead.
Did he play with like?
He's the guy that broke Babe Ruth's home run record in the 70s.
Oh.
And then Barry Bonds did a bunch of steroids and broke Hank Aaron's record.
Which is fair. It's fair.
I mean, fair is fair, I guess.
Fair is fair.
He did hit more balls over the fence.
You know, it's not fair for Hank Aaron nowadays. He doesn't get creatine or any of those diet regimens or anything like that.
Yeah.
Where's the Hank Aaron of
So
today?
I saw a thing that it's in the Baseball Hall of Fame from Hank Aaron. It was his scouting report from before the Braves drafted him. They said that his power was fair.
Fair power.
Guy hit 755 home runs in his career. Never had a season of less than like 35. I think he had 10 seasons of over 40 plus home runs, which is like the most in MLB history. And this guy's power was fair.
Well, to be fair, he didn't have to deal with some Puerto Rican dude who throws a 110 mile an hour slider.
Who do you think he would? What Puerto Rican guy do you know that's on a 110 mile an hour slider?
I don't know any of them, but come on, this is not the same caliber that's out there.
Okay, and Babe Ruth played only against white people. Wilt Chamberlain supposedly. See, but like all of that stuff is like.
Lost to that guy.
See, because I don't succumb to that argument because everyone says that Wilt Chamberlain only played against white guys that were 6'1". The average height like that Wilt Chamberlain played against was like 6'6". The average height in the NBA now is like 6'8".
Okay.
2 inches didn't stop the guy from scoring 100 points in a game.
I'm arguing LeBron James is the best. And
Wait,
Barry
that's
Bonds
Kareem.
Is
That's
my favorite.
No, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a game, not Kareem.
Oh, he scored a bunch of points in the game. Is
What?
that what it is like? I don't know who Wilt Chamberlain is.
Yes, you do know who Wilt Chamberlain is.
I know he plays basketball, but I don't know what he did.
Chapman only throws like 105.
only.
Not 110
He
slider.
he only throws faster than most people have ever driven a car.
If I had 1,000 chances, I'd never hit a pitch.
Yes, you would.
I would never hit.
But
I could bunt. I'd still miss it.
Like,
I'd be afraid it hurt my hand.
if he didn't tell you what he was throwing and where he was throwing it, yes, you probably would. I would say out
I'd
of
be scared.
1,000 swings, you would probably make contact. I would say 15 times.
dang, bro, that's crazy.
And I think maybe 1 or 2 would be fair.
I wouldn't even step in the box. I don't even want to get close.
But
to
it's like
105
I get that you
fastball.
haven't swung a baseball bat in probably 3 or 4 years. Like
I swung this morning.
okay, anyways, but it's like the fastest pitcher you ever saw in rec league baseball was what, like
Got him.
80?
97 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I threw it.
Nice.
But like
What?
Look at the guns, boy!
but like
And no D1 school would pick me up because I was too smart.
Yeah.
Like we don't want no nerd playing baseball.
but be real, like what do you think the fastest pitch you saw playing rec league baseball?
I don't know. I have no idea.
80 miles an hour?
I thought a changeup
I
rocked my
doubt
world. Someone threw a
Rec
pitch that wasn't
Yeah.
a fastball.
What age group?
like
15?
older. Like Ben played rec league baseball until he was like 17.
I don't know. I may have shot an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And I probably hit it.
How? Yeah, because you played against Jacob Cater.
I played against. I don't know who these people are. I have
You
no
play.
idea who
You
anyone
definitely.
else.
You played against somebody who threw over 80 miles an
I
hour.
remember
for
some
sure.
kid came up to me in band. He was like, "Are you Ben?" I was like, "Yeah." I used to play baseball against you, and you were such a dick on the bases. You used to talk so much crap, and I was like, "I have no idea who you are." I'm sorry, bro, but I have no idea. I did that all the time, anyways.
Hell yeah.
That's
So,
very cool.
I was thinking
Part
about
of the
this.
sport.
I was thinking about this on
Part
the
of the
way,
sport.
like here when I was driving from Sarasota this morning. But which would you rather have? Like you could pick any sport. Which would you rather have a 15-year career where you were like 3 ticks above average? Like I would say your career, you would be like you would be.
He had all the whole ride over.
But
here
I was trying to
figure
think
this
of
out.
like a comparison. Like
He had a lot of time to think of the question. It's like, oh,
you'd be like JJ. You'd be like JJ Hardy. You guys know who that is?
Nope.
I know what Hardy's is.
So he's a shortstop. He played. I don't know if he still plays or not, but played in the MLB. Like he was never the best shortstop in the world, but he was always like gonna get paid. Like he was always gonna get that guy that gets that contract. We're like, yeah, good for him.
So
He
you're saying
deserves that.
I'm barely above average, or I'm the best for
No,
like
no, no,
7
No,
years.
Tulowitzki.
No,
Yeah, he's
Tulowitzki's
no
been
Trevor
playing a
Story,
lot,
if
too.
you're asking me.
Tulowitzki's retired.
He's no Marco Scudero.
When the fuck did Tulowitzki retire?
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
I just saw him like 2 years ago.
You saw him?
No,
You
I
should
don't
got his
think so.
autograph.
I don't think so.
I did see him at his beach house.
It's like, what's up, bro?
over there in Reading.
Oh yeah, you did say that, but like you're not playing baseball.
You hang out? How do you know it was him if he didn't have his jersey on?
Because they were like, hey,
That's Troy
Troy
Tulowitzki's
Tulowitzki.
house.
don't break anything. I'm like, aight.
That's kind of cool.
But so would you rather be like have the like longevity, like let's just call it 10 years, and you're like a borderline Hall of Famer, to where like you've had a good enough career that people could vote you in,
I want
but
the
there
second
also
one.
is other people that are, maybe not going to vote you in because they're going to vote somebody else. So 10 years, borderline Hall of Famer, or 4 years, and you're like the 6th or 7th best player in your sport.
I want 1 year being the best one, number one in the world, $10,000 a pitch. I am
You're not getting $10,000 a pitch off of 1 year.
$100,000 a pitch.
$100,000
No, you're making
pitch.
like $100,000 a year if you're
Chris,
only good for 1
No matter
year.
what it is, I'm gonna be the best I can be.
Yeah, I want to be one of those guys. Remember watching that basketball show, and they're like hot for like 7 days, and they were just like the best of their game.
Oh yeah,
I just wanna
it wasn't a show.
Go from garbage to just like
It was
God
a,
tier.
it was like
7 days
I think it
and
was a
be back
YouTube
to
video,
trash.
but it was like talking about like you remember Jeremy Lin, like Lin Sanity.
Yes.
You don't remember? You've no clue what I'm talking about.
Linsanity. Come on, dude. You don't know Linsanity?
That's what I just asked you.
Oh.
It's like Chris Angel, bro.
Oh, I know Chris Angel.
But like
Not Chris Angel.
the premise of like the video was like these, average or below average players had a stretch of whether it was 10 games, 20 games, or like maybe a whole year in the NBA where they were like they just kept doing things that even the best players in the NBA weren't doing. Like there was some guy that played for I want to say it was like the Raptors or something where he was averaging like 2 points a game for his career. Like, he comes in and he makes a layup, and then he sits the bench for the other 46 minutes of the game or whatever. He had like a 10-game stretch where he was averaging like 45 points a game. Where he was like unconscious. Like, it was like a demon possessed his body and made him very good at basketball for like a short period of time. And then he went right back to scoring like 2 points a game.
You saw the Matrix for a second. He took the red pill.
But you would take.
I'll take the white pill.
Would you take? But would you take the 10-year borderline?
White pill's Advil, son.
10-year borderline
You still
Hall
have
of
a headache for a
Famer
couple
or
hours.
four-year perennial superstar?
I would be the perennial superstar. No one's gonna remember JJ Hardy.
Yeah, come on. What
You say no one's gonna remember
No
JJ
one's gonna
Hardy?
remember JJ
Oh, dude, I
Hardy,
would take the longevity.
except for his son.
Why?
You get more money. You get to play longer.
Why do you get more money?
Why you get more money? On the
Well,
best.
so you got to think about it this way. If you're, let's say you even if like you're a highly recruited college player, you come in the first 4 years, you're only allowed so much money in every sport. Or even if you come in like you came from a different league, like if you came from Canada or like you're like a Japanese baseball player and you come up from Japan, like they're gonna give you like a mid-tier contract because they want you to come over and prove that you belong in that league. So they're gonna give you a 2, 3, maybe 4-year contract, and it's like you might get like 50, 60 million. But then like you do that for 4 years and then you break your arm or whatever reason you can't play anymore, and then you don't get another contract. So like if I'm the 10-year guy, it's like I get the 3 years, $20 million contract, and then I outplay that, and then maybe I get a 3-year, $40 million contract, and I outplay that, and then it's like, okay, we'll sign you 4 years, $100 million. So it's like you maybe made $60 million in 4 years. I just made like $100 million over the course of 10.
Yeah, I don't want to break my arm. I don't like this. I don't like this hypothetical.
Well, no, maybe it's not.
If someone told me like, okay,
Maybe it's not
you're
an
gonna break
injury.
your arm.
Well, maybe it's not.
Take steroids.
You're gonna be okay. Make more money.
Maybe you just like
Okay.
retire. But it's like, would you rather have that like short burst success or be just decently above averagely successful for a longer period of time? So like let's just say baseball. Like, would you rather have 4 years where you bat 350, hit 50 homers and 150 RBIs, 60 stolen bases? Like, we're literally every time you step up
Are
to
you
the
playing
plate.
piano on the thing?
But it's like every time you step up to the plate, like the defense is like gonna crap their pants because they know you're either gonna hit a home run or you're gonna hit a single and steal all 3 bases. Or do you want to hit 325 homers, like 80 RBIs, like you win a Gold Glove maybe 2 years in your career? Like where it's like your baseline is like just this steady line, but like you can sometimes play above it or sometimes play below it. But like if you're the perennial all-star, like your baseline is up here.
How many times you can recontextualize
Well,
the
'cause Ruben-
premise of the thing?
I got you,
He's
bro.
staring you blankly like, I get it. And you go, but what about
Well-
if he has $1 million, but
Listen,
$2 million? Oh,
I want to know what you would do.
I would take the longevity.
You already said.
you already said that. Oh my god.
He just asked me, so I want to know what you
But
would
like,
do.
but like, what would you do?
I'd be the best for 10 years, just like I said I would be. What are you talking about?
I gotta know. I think it would just like. I feel like to do something for 4 years and just be that good at it, and then to not be able to ever do it again. I feel like it also would put like mental strain on you, where it's like,
Well, that's
why
not
couldn't
awesome.
why couldn't I do it longer?
Oh, I guess so. You could be like
I mean,
a fighter.
but like the perfect example is someone like Troy Tulowitzki, where it's like when he's on the field, when he plays, like that guy was top 3 shortstop in the game. Like there's no debating that. But it's like he couldn't stay on the field. So it's like, which would you rather be? Would you rather be Troy Tulowitzki or somebody that plays for 10, 15 years?
I know who Troy Tulowitzki is. So
I think I'd be Troy.
I'd be Troy
I saw
Tulowitzki,
his
yeah,
beach
for sure.
house in
I don't know what you're
Beach,
talking
bro.
about.
It's pretty nice. I'm like,
But he played for like 8 to 10 years, not 4.
Look, ask me,
That's fun.
would you rather go to be Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders?
Joe Biden is gonna die like next year. What are we gonna do then? What do we do when he dies? Nobody
Kamala
thought about
Harris
that.
becomes
Come on,
president.
man. Now our podcast is going to be monitored by the
I'm gonna
NRA,
vote-
dude.
I'm gonna
I
vote
think it's a
for
good
Tulsi
idea.
Gabbard.
The NRA, the National Rifle Association, is going to monitor our podcast.
The NSA.
I'm glad that people with guns care about us saying that Joe
That would be
Biden's
awesome.
going to...
In fact, let's say
The NRA would promote our podcast
Let's
for
go.
us saying that Joe Biden's going to
Let's
die.
Did y'all know
that.
he's 78 years old?
Yeah.
I had no idea how old he was.
Yeah, he's supposed to live for 4 more years.
He's supposed to look. Wait, he's supposed to, or
I mean, like
He's supposed to live
That's
for
the
4 more
idea.
Years?
That's
To
the idea of
complete his
electing him
term.
president. Yeah.
complete his term.
Okay, I thought that meant like a.
And he just started. He got a late start too.
He got a late start.
I mean,
What do you mean he got a late start? He started the same.
like I mean, it's not like he won. It's not like he
No, it's
won
true.
and he got to be president
Yeah,
that day.
Nobody gets to do that.
I know, but like,
What are you talking about? He
Okay.
started this. It's like I started school late. I started one day later than normal.
I think he means it if he was like 45 or something.
I'm just saying, like every day counts for this
Every
guy.
day counts. He's right. He's on his last legs. What he's
Yeah.
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
just-
but now he's got White House medical privileges, so they'll keep him
Does
alive.
that keep you alive? What happened to FDR?
they'll
Didn't he
just
die?
put a
He
neural
had
link in his
polio.
head.
Yeah. Joe Biden's got old.
I think
What are
old
they
and
supposed to
polio are different.
We cured polio. Is any scientist cured old yet?
Not yet.
Got him. So there we go.
Elon
Joe
Musk is
Biden's
working
screwed.
on it.
Elon Musk says he's working on a lot of things.
He's got that neural link ready for.
I
Joe
watched
Biden.
a video on Twitter where it was like the richest people in the world since 2010, and it was like a chart where it would like progressively increase their money and move people up and down the list, and it was like when 2020 came around, like Elon Musk went from like 10, and it was just like his thing just kept going up, and he just kept blowing by everybody. He's the richest person in the world now.
I've heard a bunch of people say he's
Yeah.
stupid. That he's not even smart. He just has other people do stuff. Yeah, he doesn't even have a degree. He's got a.
Why does he have to have a degree to be smart?
I don't know, because everyone, you know what, the same. You're right, true, that's true. But also, no one says Bill Gates isn't smart. People say Elon Musk doesn't do any of the work. He's just the face.
But what you think people would say that about someone that they just don't like that he's rich and famous?
No one says that about Jeff Bezos.
Wouldn't it be smartest to like delegate work instead of doing all of that shit yourself?
Exactly. But it's like the same thing with Steve Jobs. It's like Steve Jobs didn't do any of that stuff. It was Steve Wozniak. They're saying he's the same guy. You know who Steve Wozniak is?
No, I'm just saying like, wow. They're Steve.
What are the odds that 2 white guys would be named Steve?
2 white smart computer guys named Steve.
That's what I thought.
I don't know.
about these.
No, that's what I'm saying. Steve Jobs didn't know anything about computers.
Bull.
Well, he obviously knew.
He knew about
He
marketing.
knew enough to be
No.
rich
He
and famous.
is
He knew
Marketing
marketing.
wizard.
That's it. That's all
Yeah.
he did.
And what?
And
He
they're
got
like,
rich
Steve
off
Jobs
of it.
invented the
Good for
iPhone.
him.
Hey,
It's
but
not true. It's
but
not
who
what happened.
who do you remember?
Steve
Steve
Wozniak.
Wozniak.
You don't remember Steve Wozniak.
I remember. I just
Steve
said his
Wazowski.
name. I just
It
said
was
his
Steve
name.
Who do the
Wazowski.
people remember?
Do people remember Steve Wozniak?
No, the people remember Steve Jobs.
They remember who the guy is
Who
in
the fuck is
front
Steve-
now. Oh, what's his name? Todd Howard. That's Skyrim. That's the Skyrim guy.
It's not
Nice.
Todd Howard.
It's Todd something.
Helton.
Apple CEO is Todd Tim Cook. Dang it.
Man.
Dude, do you remember Dane Cook?
Dane Cook was awesome. No, it's not true. Dane Cook's not funny. He has that one where he's on the stage. He's on the stage and he's just killing it in 2006.
Well, yeah, because that's the Burger King.
That's the best one.
That's the Burger King one where he's talking about the sweet and sour sauce all over his
That's
body.
it.
That's the B&E video.
That's him. He has one good thing and he made millions of dollars off of it.
Well, he was clearly funny before then, or else he wouldn't have had that many people watching him do that show.
I don't think that's true. I'm sure there are plenty of comedians that are not very funny that have hours of things that aren't good.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of comedians that aren't very funny that have hours of them doing things that aren't good.
It's
Yes,
true.
that makes sense.
That's right.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Dane Cook obviously had to have some level of success in people thinking he's funny for them to have been thousands of people there watching him do that one stand-up.
He could just opened for some guy. He could open for Seinfeld. Would you go see Seinfeld?
No.
Seinfeld's pretty funny.
I don't know.
Would you
The
guys-
only comedian that I think that today, right now, that I would go, there's 2 comedians, and it's Kevin Hart and it's Dave Chappelle. Those are the only 2 people that I would
You
go
can't
pay.
see Dave
Dave
Chappelle. He's
Chappelle
got
makes,
coronavirus.
Like, kid jokes, bro.
He makes kid jokes?
Dave Chappelle makes a lot of jokes.
Like,
Wow, I wonder what a comedian, how many jokes a comedian would make. Would he make a lot or a little?
Yeah, man.
He definitely does not have a filter.
No, and it's honestly really funny, but I understand why people.
Well, yeah, 'cause I
react
mean-
the way they do.
That's just the world that we live in now.
Yep.
Yeah, you also doesn't have a filter? Alex Jones.
Like,
That's my
do you know
favorite
who
comedian.
Dave Portnoy is?
No.
So he's the CEO of Barstool Sports.
Oh, okay.
So he started a fundraising thing for small businesses that had to close due to COVID or that were being affected by COVID. There's people that are telling Americans not to donate to that fund because of what Barstool does.
Oh, wow.
So he's trying to raise money to help people that can't run their business because their government says they're not allowed to because of COVID. He's trying to help them keep their doors open. And then there's people saying that, no, this guy's company makes fun of people, for whatever reason. Like, they don't have a filter either. And so you shouldn't donate money to them.
It's probably because they don't wear masks in their business.
That's the reason that their government is saying that they're not allowed.
People still get a Palace Pizza.
Well, this is Florida. Florida says you can do that.
Oh.
They're like in New York or something, or California.
No, but it's not just New York. It's like it's all of these.
Where? Tell me all your liberal hate stuff.
It's not liberal hate stuff. It's just I
want to hear
I feel like at this point, like the business should have the opportunity to choose.
You'd want the business to choose to kill people?
No,
wow,
that's not what I'm saying. The business should be able to choose whether or not they're going to stay
kill
open.
people or not. Yeah, nice one.
The business being open doesn't kill people.
It does.
Consumers should be the ones who choose.
Exactly.
They put themselves in that situation.
It's like you allow the restaurants to be open. If you don't want to take a chance of getting COVID, you don't go to the restaurant. That's exactly how it works. Spin. The only thing preventing you from getting COVID is you going outside where COVID exists.
So you have to stay inside all the time, because if you go to the restaurant...
Yes, that's my point.
If you go to the restaurant, you're just a normal person. You go to the restaurant, you catch it, you're asymptomatic. You have to go to the grocery store with everyone else.
No, you don't. You don't have to go to the grocery store, Ben. You can get your groceries delivered. It is 2021.
Not everyone can afford that.
It doesn't cost that much extra.
I'm pretty sure
it doesn't cost that much extra.
Like,
who made it free?
Publix
made it free. Walmart delivers for free.
Hey man, don't.
I'm fairly certain that you can get Walmart groceries delivered for free.
I don't think so.
I've never.
But that's my point. Is that if you have to make that conscious decision to say, hey, I'm going to go to this restaurant. I'm assuming the risk, knowing that there's a possibility that I could get COVID going to this restaurant.
And you can make the conscious decision to wash your hands after you get your freaking groceries.
And wear a mask, or wear gloves, or wear a full ghillie suit. Like, I don't know. Like,
it doesn't. See, the reason why they had to do that is because not everyone does that, and people just go everywhere. Not just the people that are conscious and don't want to get sick. Those are the people that stay inside. But they have to be exposed to people that don't do that.
But that's the thing, is that if they would just make those things that the people that don't want to get sick are doing because that's what the CDC is saying to do, if they make it mandatory, not an option, it's not, hey, you can come in here and you can shop, but we're recommending that you wear a mask. It's no, you don't get to step foot in this building unless you have a mask on. And we'll provide you a mask. We'll give you a mask. Put it on, keep it on. If you can't keep it on, you can't shop here.
And if they were serious, they would just grow their own vegetables.
That's what I'm saying. And these other businesses are getting shut down because they don't do that. That's what the point is.
But that's what I'm saying, is that the businesses should be able to decide. Hang on. The business should be able, like a restaurant, they should be able to decide, hey, we're either gonna do what we have to do. Everyone's going to have to wear a mask. We're going to have to wear gloves. We're going to have socially distanced tables. We're going to have a limited capacity, or we're not going to be open. Like, that's the what's the word? That's the paradox that you give the restaurant as the government. You say, hey, we'll give you the ability to stay open, but you have to do this, and this to stay open. And if you can't do that, then you're not allowed to be open.
They've done that.
No, they didn't. They just said you're closed.
Who does that?
That's what New York did. New York didn't give the restaurants an option.
They said you can open outside dining.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. They can have them outside.
Not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore? They have that right now. There's people you can go outside and eat in New York right now.
I don't think so.
Well, you'd be wrong.
I'm about to look for places to eat in New York City.
Look for places to eat in New York City. You can eat outside in New York. They have those stinking they have those little tent things out there that they have. They put them out there because it's so cold. You can eat outside in New York.
I'm going to make a reservation.
And not even in New York. There are zones in New York where you cannot eat at all because those are hot zones for coronavirus. Those are where places are concentrated the most with the virus. So those places can't eat because there's a bunch of people that didn't follow it to begin with and got the virus. There are other parts of New York where you can do whatever you want because they have no cases. That's the difference. So yeah, you didn't...
Well, the difference is the people not doing what they're
all closed.
So everyone's closed.
Ooh, they're all closed.
They're not all closed.
Except that one.
That one's open.
The Nomad restaurant.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Some places are closed, some places are open. It depends on what zone
It's
you're
definitely
in.
like 10-1 right now.
It depends on what zone you're in. And some of the places are closed anyways because of the initial thing. They don't have any money anymore, so they can't afford anything. So they're just closed down forever. Right? So
I guess.
if you don't follow to begin with, you're gonna have all the cases.
So we'll close the show. I don't have my computer, so I can't do a Jameis Winston stat. I guess I could pull up Jameis Winston.
Jameis
It's already
Winston
been
stat line. It's been 50 minutes.
Wow,
Yeah.
Chris.
Dude,
Pretty
I-
bothered about that restaurant talk, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
it gets you upset because the people you're talking about are upset. And guess what? It's kind of upsetting in a lot of places.
No,
they shouldn't have been treated
it's
like
upsetting that businesses have to close due to this. Like people that have worked at their, it's been their parents' business and they've owned it for 100 years or whatever, and like they're still using the same recipe that their great grandpappy used to use, and like they have to close because their government said they have to.
Okay, that's their fault for setting up in California or New York. Just saying. It's like setting up in like what would it be, like Fukushima? That's it. You messed up. You set up next to a nuclear reaction. You should have chose better. Or setting up in Florida.
But isn't that like before the pandemic where you wanted to set up where there's a lot of
Yeah,
people
but
to
also
come to
you
your restaurant?
voted for a lot of these people that said that this is okay now.
Or you want to open a nice restaurant in like the middle of
Right.
Wyoming.
If you go to California and you live there and you vote for the politicians and those politicians then shut you down, that's your actions at work. You voted for those people and they turn on you. Sorry, but that's all you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know what to tell you. We voted
I
in.
disagree. You know why I disagree? I'll tell you what.
Oh shit! I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear it.
You know, when you vote for a
Uh-huh.
senator or
This would be
mayor,
a local municipality, yeah.
they give you the power to vote, right? They give you the power to hire these elected officials to represent you and your community, Ben. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
I'm all with you.
So what happens is
What happens?
these people are not actually people; they're lizards.
Lizard.
In
Yes!
Antarctica.
I'm glad I'm the only person who
They're
thinks this.
not humans. They don't have your best interests in mind. They're not concerned about neo-Nazis or
They're not.
moon Nazis.
Moon Nazis are real and they should be talked about.
Ancient aliens, not to be racist.
What would it be? What's an ancient alien? Wouldn't it just be a normal alien?
Not if they're really old.
That's a good.
That's a good point, right?
Because time is not.
Time is not relative.
Time is not. Period.
In ancient,
Time is not.
ancient aliens.
I'm gonna
could
start
be,
making shirts that say that. Time is not. Period. And it does. It's not a dot. It says time is not, and then it says period.
Yikes.
Heck yeah.
All right, Ben. Your Jameis Winston trivia question of the week. What year do you think Jameis Winston had his lowest completion percentage after his rookie year? And what do you
Rookie
think?
year was 2014, yeah.
2015. And what do you think his lowest completion percentage was in a single season? And I'll throw his rookie year into this.
2017 was pretty rough. 2017 is pretty rough.
2017 was his second highest in his career.
Oh no. Was it 2019?
20
those interceptions.
2019 was his lowest since his rookie season.
Yes, first try, baby. Let's go.
So, but here's another thing to note: his first year, 58.3%. His second year, 60.8. 2017, 63.8.
Ooh.
2018, 64.6.
Getting way better.
2019, 60.7.
That's not so bad. He was getting.
He was
I was
progressively
like 50 something.
progressively getting better. Well, and another thing to note is that 2018 was the year that he shared time with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So
you can also,
he didn't play a full 16-game season.
If you also look at that side, you can also see their offensive line getting better, and then them trading everybody, and that ruins that for sure.
They still have Ryan Jensen, who's been their center since Jameis Winston.
And then they have a bunch of new guys. And then this year they're getting a little better. You go, you go up, down, up.
But it went
Nyeh,
up.
nyeh, nyeh.
I don't know.
And then they got rid of a lot of their O-line, and then now they're
Do you
getting
have any proof
better.
of that? I don't think they got rid of all of their O-line.
I don't have any proof. I'm not going to provide any.
You're just saying that to justify him being bad.
I am. For the record, I am saying that just to justify him being good at the sport, and that's other people's fault.
Are we giving a stock pick of the week?
Yeah, why not?
Week?
Stock pick of the week. Last week I gave out GameStop.
No, it was 2 weeks.
Florida lottery.
Last week I gave out GameStop, and if you didn't buy it right there, I'm sorry. You could have made
You would have made a lot of money.
A ton of money. I made it as a joke. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to give the bad answers, and I'll continue giving you bad answers. That's my bad for actually giving a good stock pick. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. This year, the stock pick. This year. Sorry.
This year?
Week, yeah, this year. The entire stock pick for this year. This week's stock pick, I'm thinking, is going to be... Actually, I was looking at Callaway. That's ELY for those ticker
Were
watchers.
you really?
Callaway.
Like the golfing?
Callaway's golfing. My friends have been talking about golf recently, so I think other people around their age probably are also looking at golf. Golf's on the up. Buy golf. That's it. That's the due diligence. Buy golf.
Buy golf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and also Tyler the Creator has a line of stuff called Golf Wang.
Like apparel?
Like apparel. It's called Golf Wang.
But isn't it G?
I don't know.
O-F?
I don't know.
Golf Wang or Wolfgang?
No, it's called Golf Wang. So, golf. Tyler the Creator and my friends all say golf. So, golf. ELY ticker.
Okay. Golf. So, just want to give a special thank you to our friend Ruben being on the podcast.
Does he not get to get a pick?
Yeah.
You could give out he said Florida Lottery.
Yeah. Those are my...
They already got the Mega Millions.
Someone won the Powerball.
That guy.
No way.
That guy won $1.5 billion.
Some lady in Maryland.
Good for her.
$1.5 billion.
But the Mega Millions is still Mega Millions is still there.
Million last time I checked.
That's Mega Millions.
Oh. Okay.
Powerball.
Someone won the Powerball Wednesday.
Yo.
But Mega Millions is still out there.
Yeah. Megamind is a movie that I saw.
Ben's doing his whole little into the podcast spin-off BS, so let's not get into more Joe Biden.
Can we just?
I just want to thank you guys for your expertise. I was waiting to use that.
Chris playing piano. Thank you for playing table piano for most of the podcast.
You're welcome.
You kind of talk with your hands a lot.
They call me Tozart.
And it's only when you get it's only when it's sports and it's in your field that you want to talk about.
I don't think that I'm trying to.
But I was doing this when I was talking about the restaurants having to be.
At the restaurants, you gotta be not close to people.
All right, the podcast is over. Stop making noise. I'm hitting stop. 1, 2, 3, stop.